Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to a virtual segment of the Polish Day Mississauga 2021. Unfortunately, we can't meet in person, so we're going to do something a little different. Our topic today is wianki, and wianki are flowered headpieces, headdresses, wreaths, and they have been very popular all through, I think, Slavic cultures and actually all over the world. So wianki are made of flowers, and we have a few examples over here which we'll talk about in a few minutes. But traditionally, wianki were worn by unmarried ladies, young girls, and the Polish tradition is, and it's upheld actually in weddings present day, that when a girl gets married at the wedding reception, she will take a wianek, she will dance with the girls, and then she has to pass on her wianek to one of the other girls, and she exchanges it for a kerchief, a scarf, or in some regions, a cap. And that tradition actually is still kept up today here in Mississauga. Another thing is that there is a festival, and it's called a Wreath Festival for St. John's Eve, and it's celebrated around this time, and it's actually a big thing in Poland, and actually here in Toronto we've been doing it at the Polish consulate. And what it is unmarried girls, ladies, make themselves a wreath. They make them out of real flowers, out of fake flowers, out of herbs, out of all kinds of greenery. And then what they do is they let it go on a river or a lake with their hopes and their wishes. And eventually they hope for the best. And that's our festival of wreaths. Wianki play a very important role in our Polish regional costumes. Almost all of our regions have wianki or caps of some sort. We're just going to show you a few examples, and I'm going to call Claudia, who is one of our dancers, to come in. Thank you, Claudia. And Claudia is modeling the Krakowiak strój, or from the Krakow region, wianek, and it consists of a multitude of very, very colorful flowers. If we can turn around a little bit, and we also have long ribbons which go down the backs of the dancers, and so when they're turning you can see all this wonderful color. So this is from the Krakow region. This one actually is also from the Krakow region, but it is a wedding wianek, so it is a wedding headdress. So the girls, at a wedding ceremony, would be wearing a white wianek. And they go, as I said before, from very simple ones like this one here, which is from the Jurgów region. All right, just very simple. Then we have lubelski, and lubelski is a little different because it's worn at the back of the head, and it has beautiful ribbons also that go down the back. And this one is Krakowiak, which is the one that Claudia is wearing. And this one is from the Śląsk region, all right? And this one also is a little different. It has beads that dangle in front over the forehead of the dancers and of the ladies. And so here we have our beautiful, colorful wianki. Well, hello there. So now, are you ready for a little lesson in making wianki? It's really to your personal taste, what kind of flowers. I mean, in the old days, we used to use real flowers. You can still use real flowers, but just to show you very quickly how we make our wianki. Actually, we do them in different ways, and we have these are samples of some of our wianki. Very simply, what you need some type of flower which has a stem, and preferably wire stems. We use this kind of a garland to wrap it around so that the wires don't show. If you're doing a bigger wianek, you might want to make some kind of a form first, all right? And then we cover it usually with florist tape. And then you can either have an elastic at the back, or what we've been doing lately is just using our ribbons. to tie it, and so you can actually fit it on different people's heads. So we have very simple ones, and Pani Jadzia over here is one of my experts, all right, and she's wonderful at doing wianki. So basically, what do you need? You need flowers, preferably with wire. Some people use glue. We did try glue too, but we found a different method, and we are very happy with this one. So you need flowers. You need some kind of a background. As I said, we use the garlands. You need a pair of scissors. You need pliers. You need these little snippers, all right, to cut the wire. And then you also have ribbons of your choice, your color. We try to match them to the flowers. So usually the beginning and the end are the worst parts. So the beginning, all we do is we take a couple of the flowers and we kind of wrap them like this, all right? And usually you could start with 2 or 3. All right, so we're just wrapping the wire around, all right? And then we take our garland, just so that it looks pretty from the back, and it's not, you have to be careful to make sure that there are no wires sticking out so people don't get jabbed, all right? And then you just wrap. That's all you do. You just take it and you wrap it, and then choose whatever flowers you want. We're doing red and white, and the reason we're doing red and white is because Polish colors are red and white. But actually it's pretty good because they're also the Canadian colors. So happy Canada Day. We could have our red and white wianki, and I'm hoping that some of my girls will wear them and, you know, be proud of our Canadian heritage. Actually, flowers and flower wreaths have become very popular in the last couple of years. Of course, when we're at the festivals, we have people wearing flowers, from the littlest girls to ladies to grandmothers, and just having a great old time. And actually they're fun because they are pretty. Here's, for example, a red and white one. We have our ribbons at the back, all right? So I'll just show you what happens when you get to the end. When you get to the end, all right, so what you need to do is you need to wrap the wire, all right? And then you take your pliers and you cut it. And then you take your garland and you wrap it around. Make sure that there are no wires sticking out, and then you snip it, tie up the ends, oops, let's try that again, tie up the ends, and then you just cut the ends off. And then what you do is, if you like, you take ribbons. Okay, so for example, I'll take a red and white. All right, we take ribbons, and then we just tie them around the flowers here. Okay, and then you do that at one end, and you do that at the other end. You can see Jadzia's working really hard, and she is very, very fast. And we are going to miss being at the Polish Day this year because we have our booth and we actually make to order. People come and they ask for a specific color of flowers. You can see all the different flowers, and we sit there and we make the wianki. But anyway, this is what you do. Also, you could, for example, if you come to our booth next year, we can make a little wianek for your doll. All right, that's what I've done for my granddaughter. All right, it's just for a wianek for the doll. But here we go. Hopefully you will come to one of our Polish festivals and that you will wear the wianki. And as I said, you don't have to have a reason. They're popular, right?
Right.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for joining us, and I hope you enjoyed our little workshop. Hopefully we will see you. We are the Radość Joy Polish Canadian Dance Ensemble, and we hope to see you in person next year at our booth. Thank you very much for inviting us. Wszystkiego najlepszego. Do widzenia till we see you again. Bye.
Bye.